As I said, the Albanese government has broken a key election promise. We won't get the details until a National Press Club speech tomorrow, which in itself is ridiculous. If they've decided to do this, there should have been an announcement in a press conference this afternoon. Labor will need the support of the crossbench to get the measures through the Senate, although the Greens will tick off on them. One Nation Leader Pauline Hanson joins me now. Senator, did you vote for the tax package when it went through the Senate? And what's your reaction to what we think's going to happen today?
I certainly did vote for the tax cuts, Steve, with my colleague Malcolm Roberts. I'm furious about this, Steve, absolutely furious. And Sally McManus saying ordinary Australians. You know, I'm an ordinary Australian as well, and I've worked hard through my whole life in trying to better myself in saving, going without, and, you know, I was wanting my tax cuts. I rather put the money in my pocket like many other Australians. I know best how to spend my money instead of giving to a government who squanders the money all the time and does not spend it wisely. The waste that goes on in this country, as I've called for an audit in the Aboriginal industry, the NDIS, with the climate scam that goes on, the billions of dollars that goes in multinationals' pockets, and then you talk about it's the middle-class Australians who are really suffering, the cost of living, the promises broken by this government. You're right in how you summed up your opening statements. They've lied, lied, lied. Labor continues to lie. Broken promises. Would not touch superannuation. We'll actually reduce your power bills by $275 a year. We're giving monies left hand over fist for the Voice, another $450 million, $10 million to the Aboriginal industry, all for those because they might have been offended because the vote came in no from the majority of Australians. And they want me to forego tax cuts, to give it more to them so they can just squander the money. And the lower class Australians, okay, the ones who are not on high wages, they have tax benefit cuts A and B, they have healthcare, they have prescriptions, they have rental assistance, they have plus, but the middle income earner doesn't get that. You know, even childcare, the billions that goes into childcare, where's the accountability for that? I have had a gutful, and I'm sick and tired of seeing $250 billion of our money goes to a lot of people who are unemployed or underemployed, who don't want to get jobs, who want to be couch potatoes, thinks that they actually are owed a standard or way of life by the hard-working Australian taxpayers. Rein that in, and then I might consider that my taxes are better spent. But other than that, you're not incentivising Australians to go out and work harder, to take on extra jobs, to earn more money, to feed their families, to cover the cost of living. You're actually detrimental to people's outlook, because I tell you what, this will tell a lot of Australians, oh, we might as well throw our jobs in, we'll become a couch potato and we'll go on to the welfare system.
You've got to ask, Senator, how can we trust anything the Prime Minister says going forward? He talked about transparency during an election campaign. Can you imagine how you would be vilified if you made a statement and then did a complete backflip on it?
Steve, there's two sets of rules for the Labor Party, and it just churns my stomach that the media do not scrutinise this government as they have done with the previous government. And if I had done anything, I'm scrutinised for everything that I say and do. There's no accountability. I see legislation pushed through that Parliament without real consultation with the public. I've seen broken promises. I see that they are lying continually on that floor of Parliament. I have, you know, through stages that we have to question them over it. They can't even answer my questions. They are most incompetent government with their ministers who don't even, not across their portfolios, don't know what they're doing. I'm sick of the involvement of the unions, and I'm not against unions. I think they're beneficial. But the unions are running this party as well, the Labor Party. They're full of the union mates who got their seats in Parliament. Then you've got the Greens, they're appeasing the Greens, and the Greens have no idea about economic management of this country. Unless we rein it in, and I say about the spending, I just inform people, between all your governments, your state governments and the federal government, they rein in $1.9 billion a day into their coffers through taxes. You tell me, where is that money going? We've got failed policing, failed hospitals, failed doctors, failed education. Everything is failing. The infrastructure, no dams, the roadworks, there is nothing. And we're spending money on social engineering, and it is just, it makes my blood boil, Steve, to see the way this country is going.